Well, look who wanted to learn a little bit about vocal mixing and processing. It's you. Well, I won't waste your time. We'll get right into it. This is my song Nevermind featuring Casper. Made this last year. I think at this moment it's my biggest song, which is cool. Shout out. Just give you a little background scoopy. I saw Casper was selling features. I hit him up. I sent him the open verse. He had his engineer send it back to me, and it was good. Like, I don't have any criticisms necessarily, but it wasn't totally the way it didn't get me, so stoked. And I felt like if I was going to buy a feature, I should definitely be stoked. So I emailed the engineer and I said, will you send me the raw vocal, please? And the engineer did that. Shout out. So cool. Everything was going swimmingly. I guess the rest of this video, I'll go over my vocals and kind of show the processing on that. And then I'll go over how I mixed Casper's vocals and the processing on those. Just as an example, if you want to, eventually get features, or if you already have some, or, even just make a collab and you're the one recording and doing all the processing, it's definitely important to get some practice with other people's voices. Lucky for me, I didn't have to change too much on my processing process as with Casper as I've had to with other people I've worked with. So that was another blessing again. So swimming. So yeah, with that being said, we'll get into the juicy part, the reason why everyone's here. I know you guys don't really care what happened. You want the quick tips. I know that was me when I was watching tutorials. So to get into it, these are my vocals real raw. And if you want to hear the rest of the song, the full juicy version, maybe go check out my Spotify or whatever your platform is. There's a little linky. Here is my raw vocals. No effects, no mustard, uncooked hot dog. We're talking.
Point, nothing that matters, so fuck it anyway. Did I say something corrosive? I thought I told you never mind. I thought I told you never mind. What did you find? Something interesting and depressing. Bless this mascot helps the best and flex enough to keep my care. I know you wanna hear. Close sets, closes.
If I do say so myself, not bad. For some raw vocals, I've heard worse, definitely. But of course, a little processing, a little plug in here, EQ there. It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't. So I'll go turn these on now, and you can get a bit more of a full scooper-roni. I also had some effects, and we'll go over those more individually. But this is the difference of what processing can do, And so those weren't even bad. Proud of me. But these are, I must say, even better.
What did you find? Nothing that matters, so fuck it anyway. Did I say something corrosive? I thought I told you never mind. I thought I told you never mind. What did you find? Something interesting and depressing. Bless this mascot helps the best and flex enough to keep my care. I know you wanna hear. Close sets, closes.
Alright, so you get the gist. Holy mackerel, that really geeks it up. As it should. We like the geek. Just kind of standard what I do for vocal mixing is I will do one down the middle, hence the center, and then I will do one, and this isn't always, but this is you can't really go too wrong doing it this way. So I'll put one slightly to the left and one slightly to the right. I don't know if you're supposed to, I don't know what the rules are, but it sounds good and I get compliments on my vocals. So I have no motivation to really change it at this point. But yeah, one main mama down the mid, two on the sides. That's a lot of people do that. And then to get into my rack, we have Wavestune. Oh, Wavestune, so sick. I bought auto tune actually one time, like Antares, and at the time it was either Ableton or my computer, maybe a little bit of both. I had a really old computer, but it couldn't support it. It was probably my computer, but it couldn't support it, so I totally just spent a couple $100. I think it's like 200 or 300 at the time. This was years ago, also. But I bought it. It didn't work. Then I look up, some more tutorials, and I found Wavestune, and I really love the T-Painy auto-tune sound. So if you have Wavestune, and you just turn these puppies all the way to the left, and then pick your key, yeah, you're gonna be sounding like T-Pizzle. That's not bad. So we got the auto tuning, right? Then here's another one called Vocal Rider, also from Waves. Shout out. And this just pretty much it keeps your vocal take like it doesn't let the volume bounce around. It just keeps it steady. So I guess we can give you a little preview.
And now you wanna, yeah, closets, keep it really good, yeah. I think I like it delicate, it's all a mess, I'm not impressed, is what he said, yeah, it's what he meant,
So I don't know if you could see, but it did bounce around and move a little bit, and that's all it does. It just keeps your vocals at like a steady volume, whatever you set it up as. And then we have just Ableton Standard EQ8. This one, hard cut. And I don't know if you've picked up on this. I don't really know the terminology. Super awesome. But this is just, I guess, how I describe it. Use your eyes if you're not following along with my words. But this one, hard cut, and then like 121 hertz, I guess. And then we dip the cue point just down to 63. Maybe it's already like that. No, 71. So just a little tiny dip. Next we have OTT, also Ableton stock. I don't mess with anything. Sometimes I'll mess with this part and crush it, or this is the crushy, this is the open it. Again, I don't know what it's doing. It just makes it sound a little different, a little more harsh, like the more up you go. Then the next one is another Waves plugin I have. It's C6. I don't even know. It's a compressor of sorts. And I literally just use some of the presets. Female dialogue. I feel like I have a little bit of a higher voice compared to like a lot of dudes, I guess. So I thought the female dialogue sounded kind of fun. I just picked it and never changed it, but it sounds good. So, don't fix what isn't broken. And I went through the presets and I'm like, this is good. This is maybe better or worse. And then another EQ8. And all we're going to do is, again, dip it a bit. Dip the gain a little. Oh, shit. I must have had the gain dipped on the other one. No gain. Okay, so dip the gain to minus like 0.275-ish. This is more, you'll have to mess with it again depending on your vocal, but this is where I have mine. And then for the frequency, 918 hertz, hertzeroni. Yeah, I also must say I got a lot of my vocal rack from a particular Reid Stefan, shout out, tutorial. So I will link that. You ought to. That was the vocal, but that was the vocal rack tutorial that really made my shit jump up. And then I've just kind of modded it from there accordingly, as you should. I think you should always usually put your own twist on things. for the most part. And then at the very end, I don't always do this, but oh, I totally skipped a part. Then I have another C6 compressor on there. I just, maybe it's pointless, but to me, I thought it would make sense to add another compressor and do them both like a little lighter in the sound, because I don't know, it just made sense to me in my head. Maybe I'm wasting my time and my computing power, but that is all my rack is. Spectral time is just for a little extra flavor, but not necessarily necessary, you know. But yeah, that's my rack, and that's how I line it up. And then of course there's something to say about like vocal performance, and if you look, oh, sorry, little guy. I will go in and like bump the audio to make the timing all straight, because I mean, you gotta be on some real dope shit to make every take like identical. I'm not him, is pretty much what I'm saying. So I'll go through and manually line it all up. And there's plugins for that too, but honestly I just feel better if I do it myself. And then, you know, there's like some chops, like beep a bop here. Well, you know, oink oink oink. So, you know, of course, there's some manual chopperoonies, as I just mentioned. But overall, that is my vocal rack. So when I applied it to Casper, this is his raw vocal.
No, I'm not yours, and no, you're not mine. No, I'm not good, no, I'm not fine. Doing this shit for the last time. I know it's just a bad sign. Red flags on the pavement. Lost words in a statement. Feeling chased by your fragrance. I love you as you say it.
So that was his raw Aroni, and this is what his take sounded like just with my rack on.
No, I'm not yours, and no, you're not mine. No, I'm not good, no, I'm not fine. Doing this shit for the last time. I know it's just a bad sign. Red flags on the pavement. Lost words in a statement. Feeling chased by your fragrance.
So you get the point. So that, I mean, clearly bumps it up quite a bit, makes it V more sexy, IMO. But of course it's not the juice we all know and love, you know what I mean? So this is what his vocal sounds like, tip to tip. Again, really similar process of what I did on mine. Bonk the audio to where it needs to be. I added a lot more glitches because there's some other songs of Casper's that are a little more like audio chop, like like kind of hyper poppy, but not exclusively. But more of like the stutters, and I thought it would be cool to add some of those on my own. I was low-key hoping Casper would like hear it and be impressed and be like, oh my goodness, like, let me have you do all my vocals. A boy can dream. It didn't happen. But it was still fun to try, and I think it added a really cool contrast to my vocals, adding the extra glitch effects. So with that being said, let's play it.
Fine. No, I'm not yours, and no, you're not mine. No, I'm not good, no, I'm not fine. Doing this shit for the last time. It's just a bad sign. Red flags on the pavement. Lost words in a statement. Feeling chased by your fragrance. I love you as you say. What did you find? Nothing that matters, so fuck it anyway. Did I see?
So yeah, I mean, that's really That's really it. That's my rack. That's how I applied it to both my vocals and a stranger. I've never met him. A stranger's vocals. And I hope you got some value out of this. I know when I found that Reid Stefan tutorial that I was mentioning, that literally completely changed my recording processes and my experience as an artist. So hopefully you guys can have some life-changing experience from this. If not, let me know in the comments how much you're disappointed in me, and hopefully I do better next time. Yeah, really nothing more to say at this point. It's just blabbering.